Hello everybody, I am Jeffrey Hauser playing Mage's Initiation. I am playing as a fire mage. It's actually been 2 weeks or so. 2 weeks or so since I've started as a fire mage and haven't been able to get back to it. So I finished the second trial and was just starting to look into the conspiracy stuff.
Made it through the second round? I'll have to change my bet.
What?
I'm joking, Dark.
Of course you are.
I have mine somewhere. Haven't used it since I lost a bet and had to duel Duggan in the Botanic Hall. Those bruises taught me a valuable lesson. Books beat brass.
Before I start show... Phileum won't speak to me. Before I start... It appears to be an incantation for growing a pine cone.
Were you looking for Varna, Initiate? So was I. It's strange. He doesn't appear to be anywhere in the tower. You wish to speak with me, Initiate?
If you have time.
It is whether you have time. However, if you decide to spend your precious moments conversing with an old, soon-to-be-retired master, I will not stop you. I have served this tower my whole life, or so it seems. I have no regrets. You are lucky. There are some which are not nearly as well regulated as this one. Our order awaits you, Initiate. Be ready. Our cast includes many notable mentions. Are you interested in our history? Perhaps you might have heard of Mage Tenero, a well-remembered figure, if not well-liked. He burned down 6 villages out of pure enjoyment before he was caught and contained.
So he was completely unstable with no moral code?
Without a doubt. Yet he will be remembered all the same. The position has not yet been decided. As you have likely heard, it is down to Phileum and Varna. I will say no more. I have done all I set out to do. To ask for more seems disrespectful to my element. They are not to be questioned, only their will observed and obeyed. 1,000 flasks of Mage's water could not purify as well. Tolerance goes both ways. I see greatness in you. I know you will not let your tower down. I know not where he is. It is unusual for Varna to depart the tower without telling anybody. May your That symbol. It looks vaguely familiar, but I can't quite place it. Where did you say you found this? What? Lord Maguile's own envoys? You had better not be fabricating this for your own amusement. At my age, I do not take kindly to immature pranks.
I assure you, Master Pyres, that I speak only the truth.
If what you say is accurate, then one of our own. No, we must not jump to conclusions. Was there anything else? Someone attacked the Flightarian heir? In this current climate, that is tantamount to treason. Whoever is responsible, mage or no, will be severely punished. Young Dark, you have my full authority to investigate this and discover all you can. We must see this wretched criminal incinerated. I mean, brought to justice. I should not have spoken so. Forgive me. Though the flame may dwindle, it flares all the same. As you will know yourself someday. I'm afraid from what you have told me that the culprit is undeniably a mage, for none else could have used a conductor. Also, the deceased's injuries, as you've described them, and the telling choice of tactic used to cripple the Flightarian prince implicates a fire mage. Whoever is behind this, whatever the motives, I feel certain that this is not the end of it. I am sure you have reached the same conclusion. Enlist whatever help you must, but be selective. We do not yet know if this traitor to the peace had an ally or accomplice. Use caution. Why don't you show the symbol on the conductor to that young Earth Mage? He is certain to know something, or at least could point you in the right direction.
Thank you, Master Pyres. I will not fail you.
I have no doubt of that, but do not thank me. I fear this task, on the day of your initiation no less, will teach you more than you would wish to learn. Just remember what I have said. May your...
The
Initiate. Do not allow prejudice to blind you, or our killer may yet slip through your fingers.
I have mine somewhere. Haven't used it since I lost a...
Bort, do you know anything about this?
Now that symbol rings a chime. I've got it. You should be able to find the book you're looking for. Go ahead.
Phileum won't speak. Not all of them moved on, it seems. It's a shame the members of this group are not listed. Who was this ringleader?
My dear boy, you will never guess what I saw.
A young Flytarian over Ignore?
I must have told you. Poor brave child.
Wait, you saw what happened?
What?
Who attacked the Flytarian boy?
Why?
To start a war.
When?
Soon. But I must know who.
How?
You could tell me.
What?
Who attacked the... Never mind.
Without a doubt, the best of the three. All those feathers. My third favorite species. He will make an excellent heir.
He is an heir, Jonas. And a flightless one at that. Someone attacked him and crippled his wing.
That's what I saw!
What? Jonas, what did you see?
An arrow of flame.
You mean a fire arrow? Like the town guards have?
Yes, and no.
This isn't getting us anywhere.
Who could have harmed the chief's son?
I don't know, but the fiend must be found and dealt with.
What if the fiend's a friend?
Pardon?
I do not think I have had the pleasure. They can be quite rude if you have the gift of their gab. What else can you expect from foreign birds? Keep your...
I should think
I am glad you have returned safely from the mountains. Jonas assured me you would be all right among the Flytarians, but I was worried all the same.
I am fine, Shireen. Honest.
Why would I... That was long ago, and I was a very young initiate at the time.
But you remember something about it.
I have no specific memory, I'm afraid. Of course, we all do foolish things in our formative years, though most don't push the boundaries to that extent.
To what extent? I thought you said you didn't remember anything.
Only vague recollections. If you don't mind, I would rather discuss other things.
She may know something, but I should try to confirm her.
To be honest, I do not know much more than you do.
There's a twist.
I haven't read everything, you know. Not yet, anyway. Tell you what, why don't you ask Jonas? He would certainly have been around back then. He might remember something.
Was that supposed to be a joke?
Stranger things have happened, especially in this tower. Sorry I can't help you further. Why the sudden interest in this, if I may ask? You were never this keen on local history.
Let's just say it's for personal reasons and leave it at that.
All right, fine. If you don't want to tell me.
That's just it. I'm not sure what to tell you yet, or whether it's wise to say anything at all.
Secretive and enigmatic. Look, I do not mean to pry. If there is anything I can do to help, you know where to find me.
Thank you, Bort.
Don't mention it.
Jonas, can you tell me about the severed...
Severed square, severed sphere, severed...
circle? Jonas, I need you to look at something and think back. Bort said you might be able to...
Not right now. I am observing a rare mating ritual between a pair of scaled sparrows. They spend less than 2% of their time out of the water. Shireen told me about them. Fascinating woman, isn't she? What was I saying? Oh yes, the sparrows. Must watch. No distractions, please.
As you wish, Jonas. Shouldn't be too difficult.
What's that?
Nothing.
Kindly get out of the way.
His focus is on the telescope. Maybe I can attract his attention that way.
Kindly get out of... Great mists of Marleyeen!
Recognize something?
That symbol. Have I seen it somewhere before?
Many years ago. You were here when a group of young mages tried to break away from...
I've got it! It was many years ago. A group of young mages tried to break away from our order. Not a bad memory,
Second to none, Jonas. Is there anything else you can recall about them? Perhaps the ringleader? He was never found by the...
I seem to recall that the ringleader was never found. What was his name? A bearded chap? But then the fire types do like their beards, don't they?
I don't know yet.
Something along the lines of Brasham, that's it.
Brasham? What else can you tell me about him?
Who?
Please, Jonas, concentrate. Brasham.
Shireen.
What? No, we were talking about...
She knew him.
Really?
Quite well, I think. You would have to ask her, though.
I will do that. Thank you, Jonas.
For what?
Jonas... Taking Jonas's wine...
How do you know about... no, I cannot help you. You found this? Where?
On the dead body of Lord Miguel's envoy. You knew someone called Brasham who led a group represented by this symbol. Do you think he had anything to do with this?
No, I do not believe it. Brasham would never...
Shireen, I have to know. I am investigating on behalf of our masters. One of us did this. A fire mage, most likely. If you can tell me anything.
All right, but you must promise not to judge him prematurely, okay? I have ways to tell if you are lying.
I know that well enough. And yes, I promise.
Very well. Where shall I begin? He and I... No, it starts long before that. Brasham had a troubled past. Even at the age of 6, setting foot in Ignor's tower for the first time, there was anger in his eyes. Yet, from the moment we met, I felt a connection. I saw him as the younger sibling I never had. As years passed, we grew closer. Our relationship changed. I could sense the burn of his anguish waning. By the time we were both initiated, well, let us say the wisdom of our forebears blinded them to the success of such pairings. It was around this time that Brasham had involved himself with a group of like-minded men. Boys, really, who believed the old ways were the better ways. You know our history, from a time when mages ruled with harsh words and harsher magic, before giving that awful task over to our giftless brethren.
The Nogs.
Dark!
I'm sorry. Non-mages.
That's better. It was not long before this company, young minds veiled by pride and recklessness, began planning a breakaway from the Order of Dominatra. They petitioned the initiates, even the younger ones, to join their cause. allowing their message to spread to nearby towns. They barely spared a thought for what might follow. Yet, even here, so far from the capital, their activities were noticed. The authorities arrived without announcement or fanfare, and like a silent whirlwind, rounded up the guilty parties. When Brasham found me, his face full of fear, I saw the once sunken anger resurfacing in those beautiful eyes. I had to help him, lest he cause harm to himself or others. I used my powers of deception and influence, the most potent of water gifts, to shield him from any who might seek him out. As per the limitations of my magic, he would be forced to stay within the boundaries of Iganor. Nor could he draw near our tower, for those who watch on our High Master's behalf would surely detect him.
Were you not suspected of aiding him?
Few knew Brasham and I were. Let's just say we were discreet. Of course, I was questioned along with most others, even required to gaze into a sphere of truth, normally reserved for those dreadful interrogations. I passed their flawed tests. How could I confess to having helped a criminal when I had never known anyone I'd termed such?
Very clever.
A fluid mind cannot be broken.
Where is Brasham now?
The only place he could find solitude and relative safety, Bloodbark Forest.
Can you be more specific?
I cannot. My magic conceals him, but it works both ways. So long as he stays within my field of influence, he is hidden from my sight, as from all others.
How can I find him?
You will need the most precious of gifts, your senses.
Great.
If you do find him, remember your promise to me, and tell him that I...
What?
Nothing. It doesn't matter. I wish you luck, and may you discover who is truly behind these horrible events. Brasham is innocent. I know him better than we do our elements, and may mine forgive me for saying so. Brasham had one, as did all those who belonged to that group.
Just the one?
To the best of my knowledge, yes. Few I
Very. The merchant won't... I can't see... The goblin... A shred of... This material looks familiar. If I'm right, Shireen has been making house calls. I can understand why she kept that from me, but doesn't she realize Brasham would be compromised if she were caught coming here? Then again, what is it they say about love? The clearing, someone has been... The door looks... No doubt. I would have been disappointed if a fire mage didn't have one of these. The home... Brasham, I presume?
What do you want, boy?
3 of Lord Miguel's envoys have been murdered, and there has been an attack on the Flytarian heir.
And you think it was me?
Well,
Go on then, speak quickly. You know who I am, so you must know why I'm here. Stop wasting my time. And be thankful I'm the one you found out here. Were it Pyre's, this is my home, and has been for many years. Too many to count your age against. They leave me be, and I them for the most part. For your frivolous initiation, I take it? Sounds like something the masters would concoct. You may be out of luck, though. The Redcaps have been busy. Your trials are irrelevant to me. They have no regard for what they perceive as lesser creatures, so I don't mind returning the favor. Speak poorly of her, and I will roast you from the inside out. Were it not for Shireen, I would be rotting in one of the High Master's dungeons, or dead. Do not think I'd grant you as many choices.
I have reason to believe a fire mage attacked the Flightarian heir. Was it you?
I have no love for those creatures, but that's no proof I have harmed one. They did not meet their end at my hand, and I care nothing for your opinion on the matter. Did we plan to divide ourselves from the fold? Yes. Do I regret it? Not for a moment. The mages have embraced passivity. In time, it will prove our downfall. There was a time when we were a force greater than any this world has ever seen. We may have been brazen in the old days, even brutal, yet there was order. No mage would dare attempt what you suspect me of. The Nogs feared us, but we ensured their safety and prevented them from repeating their mistakes. Now they resent us for it.
They do not understand our abilities.
Of course not. Nor do they comprehend how easily they can be led into the trap of progress. Ungrateful vermin, every one of them. Do not think for a moment that there aren't those that will again try to pull humanity to the brink of elemental destruction. When that happens, you can be sure even our kind will not be spared. The elements shall respond as before, only this time they will take all of Eliwald's children with them.
You seem certain of that.
I know my element, boy. Far better than a mere initiate could hope to. You want me to list names? They would do you no good. Most would have left Ignore after their interrogation. Only one or two stayed behind.
Who are they?
From what I hear, let's just say they are in a competition of sorts, for the position of Fire Master, no less.
Varner. And Phileum?
Shared history isn't always beneficial. Don't trust me yet? Perhaps you are not the imbecile I took you for. You want proof of my guilt or innocence? Find it, if you can. Touch the wrong thing, and you will leave this world an ashen cloud. It isn't mine. Take my word or leave it.
If the... I should examine... Brasham still has his stylized conductor. The one I found on the dead envoy likely belongs to someone else. All the same...
So, boy, your conclusion?
That conductor might be yours. It could also belong to someone from your old group. I need more evidence.
A second spark of intelligence. Here's an idea. Try asking the victim I allegedly attacked. See what he remembers. Leave me. Believe it or not, I have better things to do. Run.
What?
I said run.
One minus of playing this game for so long, I do not remember the animals I killed and didn't kill. I know finding a Biclops in this game is pretty hard. Takes a lot of random wandering. And I've never played this game and found more than one Biclops.
There's no.
Those are also rare, I think, because they don't show up till you get more powerful.
There's no. There's a search. The merchant won't.
Yay, the Biclops. I've never found more than one Biclops in a game yet, so I don't know if another will actually spawn. I've just been walking around without paying attention to where I am, so...
There's no...
Oh, I've never seen that playing as another.
There are no...
Maybe there is only one Biclops.
I have gambled all. Ask me. Watch your back.
Can you take me to
I have been trying to remember. As I made my pass over the town, I thought I saw something shiny just beyond its walls. I swooped lower to get a better look. That is when I was struck by the airborne flame. It was glinting in the sunlight. At first, I thought it was a human tool, but it was sparkling too. How could I resist? I had not seen anything like that near the town before.
Before? You led me to believe it was your first flight over Ignor.
Please don't tell my father. Forgiveness is not one of his strengths. I commenced my secret visits many months ago. At first, they were occasional and very brief. Later, as I gained confidence, my forays became more frequent. Early mornings were best, before the valley came to life. Soon, I found myself craving the freedom. And why shouldn't I? I love Flyteria, but a home one never leaves, however beautiful, is no better than a cage. This desire is my inheritance, the price I pay for being my father's son. I saw it the instant before it hit my leg, just as the flame seemed to leap across to my wing. Now that I think about it, I recall seeing a shape on the ground, a figure. It was crouched between two bushes, as if hiding. I am fairly certain the flame came from that direction. I do not Wait, there was something. As I saw the glint, the figure raised an arm, and a robed sleeve fell back. I glimpsed a mark on its right wrist, a scar in the shape of an eye.
I can't believe you were able to see anything at all.
We Flytarians have exceptional eyesight. I just wish I could be more precise. But then, I was falling out of the sky not long after. Drop by again soon. I've never seen that symbol before, but it might be important.
There's no time
And this is where I take a break. Fire Mage. Back to see Brasham. Second time? Well, I'll remember what that is.